Hey, what's up? This is Todd Smith. I'm back with another video. In this video, I want to talk about Behringer, their clones, and do you ever think they'll actually attempt at cloning the Jupiter? The Jupiter was a very complex machine, and it definitely wouldn't be something easy to clone compared to the synths they've already put out. But they're tackling the CS80, and that CS80 isn't going to be an easy project either. And also that UB project. The UB and the CS80 are definitely on par with almost how hard the Jupiter would be to clone, pretty much on the same level. In my opinion, they don't really want too many of those high tier projects going at once. That's probably why you only see them tackling two really big projects up front in the public's eye, while releasing a bunch of really easier, smaller monosynths. But the fact is, we've yet to see the results of these two bigger, harder projects from Behringer. To me, the interesting part will be when we see the results of the CS80, when we see the results of those bigger projects, they're in the hands of the people, they're touching them. We know how they feel about the sound quality, about the build. That's obviously going to tell us how Behringer can do on these bigger, more complex clones, and also leave some room on the table for some bigger projects to start getting development. Now, which bigger projects Behringer is going to push after the CS80 and the UB are finished and on the table and completely polished out, I don't know. I have zero inside information within Behringer's workflow. But one thing I do know is once those are out in the hands and we know whether or not Behringer can do these bigger projects successfully and make people happy, and if they can, at that point, what they do next will become very, very, very interesting. Only time will tell the tale of how these final projects come out. But if they come out like fire and everyone loves them, and at that point two bigger projects get thrown on Behringer's table, and then they announce a Jupiter clone or a Juno clone or maybe something more just as advanced as the Jupiter but a different clone of another classic synth, the synthesizer world will be even more anticipating it because they know Behringer can do it. So these first two big projects, Behringer has a lot riding on them. In my opinion, there's a good chance those two bigger projects could be almost the deciding point on if Behringer continues to gain momentum from the massive momentum they already have. If they don't do good, then you could almost maybe even start to see a peak of interest within Behringer's stuff. So in my opinion, these bigger projects are really big, and time will tell how they do. But if Behringer tackles that CS80 in the UB and kills it, do you think the Jupiter could be in the next wave of Behringer's bigger projects if the first ones succeed? Would it be one you're interested in from Behringer? Or would you rather Behringer jump into some bigger synth projects that maybe are less known? I'd love to know those projects. And the ones that you'd love to see cloned or remade today, whatever word you'd like to use. I'd love to hear your opinion on this. I would really love to see them keep going. Again, it's going to really heavily, in my opinion, be based on how they perform in these two bigger projects right now. I'd love to hear your opinion. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, stay positive, stay creative.